know.
What's up, y'all? This episode 15, People's Podcast. Right now, today's topics, a lot's happened in a week. We're going to talk about everything that's current, considering the president, how ironic that is. I'm going to start it off by asking a question, we got Ashton, we got Rick. I'm gonna start off by asking a question like what's the karma and what you think was going on with President Trump?
Oh man, his karma.
Mm.
Honestly, we can say he's on cloud nine right now. I don't think I don't know. In his opinion of having like the COVID and then turning around doing what he's doing, um, he's pretty much holding our rights, our solution to current problems hostage until he gets back in office. It's just
That's another topic though, but him. Well, let's
The
talk
same
about him
time,
downplaying COVID.
the Rona.
Yeah,
I think he was correct in what he said. You know, that shit was gonna cause mass hysteria. Like, I'm gonna take you back to the very first Men in Black movie. Tommy Lee Jones had said this shit to Will Smith when they was like, "Well, why don't we just tell everybody that there's aliens?" He said, "Because you know full damn well that people are fucking idiots. Individually, a person can be smart, rational, or critical thinker. Together in a group, mob mentality, these motherfuckers is retarded." You see what happened when they finally did, nigga, with no toilet paper. You couldn't go shopping. Some of these motherfuckers was acting like animals up in Walmart, bro.
right.
I seen
it's
a
the approach
status on
though.
Facebook, motherfucker said, I still ain't forgive y'all for how y'all acted at Walmart when this shit first hit.
Yeah, but it's the approach though. So you
You said
have
it's
to
the
say it.
approach.
It's the approach. You have to say it. It's how you say it.
Right.
You give words of
I
encouragement
mean, me
first,
personally, I still don't.
and then
Yeah.
you go along with the issue and how you can get by. Like leadership, he lacked that. So
I mean, well, that nigga's not a leader. You know what I mean? Most of these motherfuckers that's elected or selected, because they damn sure ain't elected, they not leaders to be just groomed and polished to get up on here and say some shit. You know, Obama wasn't nothing but a smooth talking ass pimp. You ask me. That nigga out here selling motherfucking water to a well. Cause he damn sure ain't do shit for nobody. Let motherfuckers tell it though. He's the greatest president that ever lived.
well, no, he did more stuff for like homosexual people and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
he didn't even do
for
shit for his own so-called people. Unless you believe that conspiracy theory shit that he did do for his people, the homosexuals.
well, I don't know. It was great to have a person of color in office, though. That's the only way the victory I look at.
Yeah, it would have been great if he would have did something for the colored people that got him in that office.
Right.
That's what mattered more. Cause shit, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if it's 44, 45, 43, 47. These bitches ain't doing really righteously shit to help a motherfucker out, man. The stimulus check ain't do shit for nobody. Obama phones ain't doing shit for nobody. Obamacare, righteously, that shit, even if you do got health care, depending on what you got wrong with you, they still not finna do shit for you because your health care ain't paying enough. So, I mean, shit, we in a lose-lose situation. Motherfucker trying to go uphill with motherfucking 50-pound weights on their ankles.
Well,
Right.
I mean, that's the thing, and how the issue is how long are we willing to do it, or how long can we do it?
Uh,
Because
we've
it
been
doesn't
doing
look
that
any
shit for
easier
400
after.
plus.
Just go ahead.
We've been doing this shit for 400 plus years. You right? It don't get no easier. It's not looking no easier. And I mean, you getting to a point where our people is already showing we tired of it, especially the youth, because they don't listen to nobody, and they like nigga shit. We not gonna put up with what y'all put up with, and can't be mad at them for it neither though.
Yeah,
Right.
but at the end of the day, we all know good and bad. We know what's right and wrong. We know when a person sucks. So
Facts.
our opportunity would be to go out and try to vote for the lesser evil. I
And
know a
man,
lot of
that's
people
it.
don't like that term, but it's exactly what it is.
The thing about it
Because
is
if you
how do
don't
you know
vote,
what's the
you
lesser
don't have
evil?
a right to complain. Go ahead.
Right.
How do you know what's the lesser evil?
You can go back and look at track records, just like you do your research.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
has a way
asshole
to
on
do
earth.
research, and if you just go by the ads people put up, you're a fucking idiot. You have to go back behind and backtrack, and the internet's there. It's non-biased. You can, I mean, it depends on what you want to look at. It's there.
Well, you know, shit. Most people is idiots, and they not finna do no further research. The motherfucker, whatever the TV tell them, that's what they want to do.
And I would never base my thoughts on paid ads. Never.
Let me get a black and mild wine, bro. I mean, you shouldn't, but you know what I'm saying? Obviously, a critical thinking motherfucker that using their own brain, you know what I mean? Versus a motherfucker that's just like, hey, I'm gonna do what the TV told me to do. The TV said jump off of a roof. It's okay. We can repair your legs if you break them.
Right. I ain't got insurance, so you don't see me nowhere near no roof or window for that dang matter.
And but you know, like I said, shit, everybody ain't got that motherfucking common sense. Baby girl was thicker than the Snickers, but that goddamn mask, you don't even know who you talking to with the mask on.
Man,
might be looking like Wanda in the mouth and shit.
Oh shit. I rest to go.
That's another thing too, man. I just think about that shit. I wonder how many people successfully done got away with a robbery because of this corona shit.
I don't know. I know it makes it hard for face recognition.
It does.
And they got that everywhere. They had it in
they do.
Something you mentioned earlier. They do have it in Walmart. We talked about this before. They have it in Walmart, and it makes more sense now because it's something that had happened. But I'll get into that at a later time. But they do have facial recognition.
You already speaking on it now. I mean, shit, that's current events, bro. Talk about it.
Well, it was somebody I was there with. They had an assault charge on a police officer, and
ooh.
We I know, it's crazy, but we left out. Immediately it was a Van Buren like right there, and then I thought they automatically got the plate thing too, the plate recognition.
Yeah,
where they scan your plates.
They got that on that radar gun now.
Yeah,
that's why you got that holographic shit on the license plate. Everything pop up in the computer. Gotcha.
Yeah, so as soon as we leave and we get pulled over, they went straight to them like such and such. You have an assault on the police. She was like, what did I get pulled over for? They said their name and said what they did. And meanwhile, I'm looking like, what? And it was still glass on the dashboard. They somehow they got the car back out of impound. Got the window fixed, but didn't clean up all the glass. Oh. So I'm like, because they had to break the window to get them out the car.
Man, I seen that shit happen before. Police beat the shit out of a nigga right in front of a church. I said on the Lord's holy ground. So yeah. I mean, so that was an open case that person had.
Yeah, that was just had happened recently, and they had one day. I guess it was a warrant or whatever. They had to pick them up for something like that. But
got a Walmart. Lord have mercy, like, the world coming to.
But they knew what everything was. The only thing they didn't know was my information.
Yeah, but they wasn't concerned about you. I mean, you a male. Black male like that, so they looked at you as like a threat. But as long as you was just sitting there and not doing nothing, they okay.
Well, I mean, of course, I ain't been in trouble in years, and I didn't have no warrants or anything. So if they recognize my face too, of course they like, yeah.
A lot of the time, man, like these motherfuckers get out their car already with their hand on their hip, right on that holster. Like, damn.
Yeah, and they also touch the back of your car. They leave a fingerprint on the back of your
fingerprint. So yeah, they can say that they actually made contact.
Mm-hmm. They leave a fingerprint. But
that video too about the shit they do.
No, actually, this is I gotta learn this from an officer though. This was a long time ago too. But yeah, did y'all see how Trump came out and took his mask off? He is reckless as hell.
Yeah, because they said that shit spread to the air. So he's like, nigga, I'm sick. All y'all finna be sick.
It is, it's crazy. It's supposed to be leading by example, but yet he takes his mask off in person, in public, on camera to say, what kind of statement is you making? Like,
did y'all see him struggling to breathe?
Yeah.
I
He
ain't
was
gonna watch
struggling to
that shit.
breathe.
All
Like he
this
looked like
hearing
when your
about it,
parents
it's
like
so
cough one more damn time. You're like,
hey, look, nothing you can lead me to is that's it. And he ain't doing a good job of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. But
It's just kind of sad.
all that shit is sad.
Like at this point, it's like, what can we do to try to help like our peoples or whatever versus
Vote.
what they. Oh man.
And not only vote for your local legislation and politicians as well.
I mean, well, that's what first. You know what I mean? If you ain't making the changes of getting out and voting to put people in the right place that actually can help you, like, cause we talking about Trump, ain't nobody saying shit about nothing that Whitmore doing in Michigan. And shit, she basically out here like a fucking like a damn cowboy right now. She like, nigga, shit, this is my state. Fuck the rest of the country. Y'all do what the fuck I tell you to do. I ain't saying that she done made no bad decisions or nothing like that.
Well, you gotta look at it
shit
like
she
that.
is
Ain't no
doing
true
is
leadership.
affecting us.
You gotta be a leader in your own state now.
She remind me of Sarah Palin.
Not at
Me,
all.
they just like with some pretty faces. You know what I'm saying, for the government. I don't get with
no.
the GOP. I don't get with the DOC, the DNC. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just motherfucking vote independent. We need people that's not real politicians to get up in there. You know what I mean?
No,
people
that's what happened with
pillars and
Trump.
leaders in their community.
Trump was not a
Yeah,
politician.
but that's why I said people that's leaders and pillars in their community that already is making shit go on. Trump don't give a damn about nothing but greenbacks.
He was trying to sell Puerto Rico.
Shit, they don't want to be a part of the United States anyway. They want their independence. So,
Well, something is in the making where
do
we might have
whatever
a
with them.
51st and a 52nd state, though. So it might happen.
Shit, the UP will become their own individual state before Puerto Rico will.
And I'll move there. I would. I love it up
They've
there.
been trying.
Man.
Yeah, they got a
Their crime rate is low.
different mentality than all of us.
It's cleaner. Yeah, man. Exactly. I went to Michigan Tech. That shit was nice.
I got a home girl in Fountain, Colorado. She just recently experienced some racist shit. And I was like, the whole time I was in Colorado, motherfuckers were showing me bad love. These strangers walk up trying to hold conversation to me. I was in the store, motherfuckers paid for beer, all type of shit. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is all right by me. I didn't even know they got down like that out there.
You know, you want to hear something though?
But shit, I had just failed to see it.
You want to hear something though? I was in an all-black community before I moved here. First time I really saw racism was when I moved here. And it was like a culture shock, but I wasn't appalled, upset, or hurt. I laughed because it was a typical stereotype: pickup truck, nigger. And I'm like, it was serious though.
Yeah. Man, I remember my first time I experienced something like that. Man, be surprising. Like, I think I was like 14. I had, that's when I was going through like the whole like having the cornrows and stuff with the furrow, Ben Wallace and all that shit. I just come back from playing football, had the headband on and everything, had my hair out, and me and my mom, we going to Rite Aid. We walking in the store and this is elderly woman like walking on the opposite side of the parking lot, but she just like staring me down like really hard. So as our paths about to walk past each other, she choked her purse and had pepper spray in her hand. I'm like, I'm the fuck all the way over here. What the fuck can I do to you?
You should have been like boogity boogity.
That's come from watching the news.
Man.
Yeah. You would hit her with the oogity boogity nigger. Hey, she probably would have sprayed the shit out your ass.
Right. They were beating on my hood.
There's monkeys beating on my hood.
Casper, go get the shotgun.
He'd be like, look no further, you found him.
You found them.
Man, this shit wild out here, bro. It's really, really wild out here.
Another thing I want to touch bases on is that 6-year-old that was found executed in the basement. Ashton, you familiar with that?
Honestly, nah. I tend to like try to stay away from the news now because every time I turn it on, it's sad, and that stuff right there is sad. I couldn't imagine.
Imagine. So that's why they say no news is good news.
Right. It's like, I got an 8-year-old. I got a son was 1.5, and it's like, if something like that was to ever happen, man, I don't think I could be the same person that I was yesterday.
Well, the thing is, I think they found the parent, the father, burnt up in a car or burnt up in a rental car.
Mm.
Then they found his girlfriend and his son in the basement. They got killed execution style.
Wow.
Which it seems like
that sounds like some old gangland shit.
Did drugs and stuff like that. It seems like that. Well, I'm not the one to judge or say anything, but it's more than I will say this: it's tragic.
Did it happen here in Michigan?
Warren, Michigan.
Warren, Michigan. That's not too far away either. That's sad, bro.
You like folks always told me, it's 3 sides to every story.
It is, but
your side, their side, and the truth.
And the truth, yeah.
When I was coming up,
the truth will eventually come out. You can't never silence the truth.
True. But as I was coming,
whatever that shit was about, but
no, go ahead. I'm bad.
No, go. I wasn't gonna say nothing too much.
Oh no, what I was gonna say was that like some of my OGs who who had my back when I was like running with my brothers and in the streets. One thing that they always told me is that you leave the kids and the wife and child alone, and that's just kind of crazy that like now like there's no type of principles to it no more. It's more so like I get it however I want to. Screw who I gotta walk over or what people's involved with it, and it's sad, bro.
That's true. I mean, they say like, and it was rules back in the day, like if they with a child or something, if they with a woman or female, people missing their target, stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's a lot of factors with that though, too, as well.
It is.
But what I can say is though, like, I mean, if more people eventually people get tired of stuff. And when people get tired of stuff, then they make things happen. I mean, I hate to keep bringing it back up, but George Floyd, people was tired of shit. And he started a movement across the world,
That make one of us, bro.
And then people... Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
You could be robbing a fucking store right now. All we hear is give me the fucking money, and it'd be your picture smiling with your damn son and shit. And we just like got to keep the show going and shit. Like, so Ashton, what do you think about the stimulus package that's going on? Get on the fucking ground. You'd be like, oh shit. That's a great cover up. But no, One thing I wanted to touch bases on though too is the stimulus plan. I said, remember, Ashton, Trump said it's nothing. Nobody's getting anything, and it was just gaining traction though too.
Right.
I missed the update 2 hours ago, but it's Mnuchin. It's Pelosi and Mnuchin. They the ones that go. The chief of staff is Mnuchin, and then Pelosi. She's for the I want to say Democrats.
Yeah, she's like
Democrats. That
represents the Democrats.
Well, it's those two that that are in negotiations, and they actually need to make sure something happens soon and fast before the election. Now, Trump, he always want to hold stuff up. He wanted to hold the first stimulus package up because he wanted his name printed on the dang checks or whatever.
Right.
But What do you
publicity.
think? What do you think is going to happen? Because right now stocks are even tied to the stimulus package. If they're going to do it, they're going to act. Stocks are going to rise for the simple fact they have a reason to. But if you're
Right.
not going to put any stimulus out there, then everybody's like, no, I'm gonna sell what I got, or just not really put into it because there's nothing to look forward to. Because stocks have a lot to do with big Fortune 500 companies and everything, and those are the ones that get that money. Once they
Right.
back with that money, then everybody's okay to go ahead and invest in stuff like that. So right now it's hanging in the winds of it. But go ahead, Ashton. I'm sorry.
Nah. This whole stimulus, like, well, the Heroes Act, because that's what it's a part of.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Heroes. Now, Nancy Pelosi, like, I've been watching this one guy channel. I'm gonna send you a link to his channel. The guy actually goes through it really thoroughly. He sums everything up good. But like, she been playing around with it, and that's surprising that a lot of people have faith in the Democrats, but the Democrats technically held up a lot of it. To be honest, like, for so many months, she asked for more money and didn't have a plan, like, whatsoever. She didn't have a plan until recently. And what time is it now? It's time for election time, right? So she doesn't want. She threw out a plan that she knew wouldn't get approved. She even said it herself. I just want something that's out there so we can further negotiate.
Well,
But
build from that. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, everybody went home. They said, "Well, we're not going to leave until we know something." She threw out something. Now they went home, right? So now it's the election time. Trump don't
Right.
want to do it because he wants to get elected. Nancy Pelosi is they're not going to come into the agreements because guess what? If Trump approves the stimulus package, who they say is going to benefit from it? Is it Nancy Pelosi or Trump?
Trump,
Right. So
Trump, going, you know,
He
so
might.
when it comes,
He has a capability. Only way I could see him benefiting is if he actually won the election. That would be his benefit from it.
yeah, but I mean, it's
So
still
right
yeah,
now,
it
it's
was
like
still
he
I'm
getting the
sorry.
credit for it though. He'll get the credit.
I feel like
yeah,
right
he was
now it's
still getting the
desperation.
He'll get the credit for it.
yeah,
It is, but that's on both ends. Because when they first sat down the first time for the second stimulus, Trump was already trying to bang the shit through. But the Democrats was like, well, we want it to be to where if they want this money, then they have to be tested. You know what I mean? Like a mandatory testing. And shit, I'd say a good 60% of the country don't want to be tested. And I'd say it's about 70% of it. They want a vaccine, but they don't want whatever niggas offering right now because they feel like that vaccine is not it. They haven't done enough testing, and you know what I mean. They
Well,
illy unprepared for the shit.
you're right, but
And
at
the
the same
Democrats is
time, the
like, well,
USA.
Trump dismantled that shit that Obama put together.
Yeah, he
right.
did. He dismantled the World Disaster Coalition. Well,
Yeah,
pandemic. The pandemic coalition they had. He dismantled it. And
Right.
then if people want to actually, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. America is brought up. You have your privacy per se.
Right.
It's not like it used to be, but people enjoy their privacy all the time. So when you
well,
say you get tested, that's your privacy.
Hmm.
here's the thing about privacy that everybody claim that they won't and to do anything to defend, but they got multiple laptops,
I,
smartphones, and cameras and shit all in their house. They opted for virtual schooling instead, so now the teachers can look into their house. You know what I mean? People do a lot of shit but cry about privacy. Motherfuckers tell every move they make on Facebook and on the gram, and then be like, "Well, I want my life to be private." How? When you fucking exposing your life to the world?
right, and then I looked over my child. Her she got a Google Chrome from her school, and you never always read the
Yeah.
fine print on anything. And they actually go through and they actually do maintenance, so-called maintenance or whatever, to where
Hmm.
they operate it remotely once it's connected, and for whatever reason, but they say maintenance or things like that, make sure it's being kept up.
Mm, ain't doing the damn thing.
But it could be like if it's open and on. I mean, that's somebody that's access to your home.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
privacy
It's
being done away with the fucking Patriot Act and the Freedom Act.
Hmm
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
But yeah,
Stop.
but yeah, and it's like with this current like status with all this like things going on with them wanting to test, and now we up to this point where like it's people who's out there who still can't work, you know, who still like can't get a job in the profession that they chose from, and they literally is relying on this Heroes Act, and you got landlords that is illegally putting people out of their
Evicting
homes,
folks. Yep.
yeah, because they can't get paid. But this Heroes Act is supposed to pay them for the people. That's the whole thing. And
Supposedly, but you know, at 9 times out of 10, man, the money is never gonna go to where they say it's supposed to go to.
It's
it's
never gonna go to where it's supposed to go to.
like
Ever.
I could guarantee for you, majority of the people have already spent that $1,200. Like
Oh yeah.
Man, come on, man. They spent that the first month. Shit, most
Do you
motherfuckers rent is 1,200.
first,
do you know if the Pentagon order a hammer, you know how much it costs?
Shit, probably a few million.
A hammer, one hammer, like a tool.
Yeah, a few million
I give it 50K.
with some points and decimals in that shit for one hammer.
I'm gonna
Well,
give it 50K.
But get
well, I ain't mad at y'all. Y'all proved my point. I was gonna go a little lower, but yeah, y'all get the gist of it. So
Right.
that's where money is
Yeah.
going.
But see,
because they're gonna be like, this one hammer costed 58 million, but this 58 million really went toward this, and this is the reason why the price of the hammer is so high because we need to have the raw materials and blah blah blah, a bunch of nonsense.
and see, and it doesn't. And what is so crazy about it is that we can't get back to the idea of moderation. Like that's the whole reason why, like that 1,200 and things like that, like a 50K or a 1 million hammer is being so produced because, like, you know, look at the kind of country we live on. Like we buy, you know, everybody was buying tissue like crazy. I mean, trying to get a roll of tissue
Yeah.
at the store, man, that was the struggle, bro. Like people was in there literally fighting. I had a lady literally like ran over my foot at Walmart because they was talking about, oh, we got tissue off the trucks. They announced it on the speaker. Man, that was crazy as hell. But
Man, because you know, I didn't realize why
Pandemonium.
people bought up a lot of tissue until a few episodes ago.
right, and I get it. It's a pandemic and it makes sense, but it comes down to this too. Like if you buying all that stuff up now and constantly buying it, like what you think is going to happen the next month or two? The price of it's going to go up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put that shit in the refrigerator, bro.
Like I'm gonna use this for example. You
Oh,
remember when Popeyes came out with that chicken sandwich, right? And
People
they
got killed behind
Yup.
that.
yeah. Now
plenty of people got killed behind it.
now you know that it was lines going like wrapping around the streets and shit. It was literally like almost like an hour away. People in the hood was buying about like 30 sandwiches and in a Popeyes line, but like, yo, look, instead of you waiting that whole hour, pay $8, which is almost double for the chicken sandwich. You can have it. My man's was making a killing off of that shit.
Absolutely.
and that right there shows you like the impatience of people and what they is going to do with that money. Like it just shows right there, unfortunately.
Well, you
Somebody
gotta think
with some
about it though.
entrepreneurial spirit
Yeah, that you took
It's
the words
folks
right out
that
of my
took that
mouth.
money that got an entrepreneurial spirit and made something happen with it. But the average American just went out and shopped.
And
Some
fucked it
people
off.
paid whatever bills they could pay because yeah, and the rest was like, nigga, shit, I can't do nothing with this anyway. Fuck it, might as well go to the club.
Right. I ain't pay no taxes on it. Spend it.
Because you know, at the end of the day, nigga, what is $1,200?
Right.
That they gave folks enough money that they felt like that's gonna keep the economy going. Because you know the economy took a hit, the stock market went, that shit went motherfucking crazy.
That's the whole.
Folks started going into the reds, and it just was bad.
That's the whole idea. If they can kill the stock market, invest in what they know is going to produce, produce the money. Like for instance, like Amazon stocks went down. They stocks is up like a motherfucker right now. And that
Well,
should
I
go
mean,
back.
part of I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
part of it is the COVID too. That's what made their stocks plummet,
right. And that
Yeah.
which is
and that's
understandable.
right. No, it's perfectly understandable. But 1,200, they ain't gonna buy you a whole share. They're gonna probably get you some stocks in it, but not a share. The rich is going to like the rich people is literally going to clean up, put their money where their mouth is at. When that's going to be Amazon or probably Tesla, and they're going to benefit off of it. And that's what they're going to do now. They seen it happen. They're going to let this junk drag off as long as they can. Get the people that money. They're going to spend, and we just going to benefit off of what they're doing. Because
Yeah.
if I put in 5K into Amazon and then they stocks go up and it goes up like 400%, bro, I didn't just made my money, that much more.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a dangerous game when the president of the United States can actually mess with stocks. When he said nobody gets nothing, nobody gets stimulus, it dropped.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous game.
And look what's going to happen. You're going to have
But
oh, my bad. You go ahead, Rick.
I was just gonna say, man, and this just break it down to me going back into the whole New World Order shit, because it was a dude that was talking about these bubbles in the .coms and shit. Because Trump talked about it when he was getting elected, or trying to get elected his first term, was talking about the bubble, and we was bound for another economic collapse. And the thing about it is okay, our debt, our national debt is the world's economy. This is a proven fact. So the world can't really do shit as much as they sustain and on their own. The world too much can't do shit without America. You know what I mean? That's the reason why they call every time we get a president leader of the free world, because this nigga sits down, whoever's in that office is finna make decisions that's not only affecting the United States, but every country in the whole world. You know what I mean?
Oh
If
yeah,
only
absolutely.
way to really implement.
Go
Go
ahead. I'm
ahead.
sorry. Absolutely, absolutely.
No, go ahead.
No, because I mean,
See, the
we're
only
supposedly the superpower of all the countries and stuff. We have our hands in everything. How do you think we started wars
yeah,
in other places, helping other
yeah,
people out?
uh,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah, and got the power to do that. But 9 times out of 10, only reason they helping the motherfuckers because it's in the United
It's
States'
something in
best
their best
interest.
interest. Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
in for there to be like a world reset and to get shit going, especially if they really dead set about this new world order, is the American economy has to collapse. America has to fall in order to implement in a one world regime. Because as it's standing right now, America is his own man. We just in bed with a bunch of different people.
Hmm.
But
Well,
that's the thing about America too.
the
America
best
can't
predict,
sustain itself
the
without
best
having
predict,
their hands in everybody else's business. Best predicament or prediction?
the best predict who all the superpowers going to join forces first is when they burn that owl in the
The Bohemian
northwest.
Grove,
Yeah,
the
Bohemian
Bohemian
Grove.
Grove.
Those people there, they're gonna be tied to that.
I'm sure, and everybody that's a part of the Bohemian Grove, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, all of it, because we talking about world leaders that are rich and powerful that basically sit around and dictate rules and regulations for the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
So anything that's gonna go on, and see that's what I really was gonna say, man. We need to, if we can, is try to start getting some people that's from other countries to come on here and talk about the situations, because we only see how it's affecting us. We have no idea what's going on in Europe or Asia or Africa. You know what I mean? Like we don't know, other than what they're saying on the news. And if you smart enough to know, you can't believe everything you see on the news. The news like Scarface. They always tell the truth. They lying, but there is some truth in there. You just ain't gonna know exactly what it is.
Right. And see, I wish I knew my boy Nigel, because I actually do know somebody in the UK, and cool dude. And he'll tell you because when we be talking, when I'll be like, we be chilling, talking or whatever, and I tell him about some of the situations, he was like, "Man, I don't know how y'all put up with that." And I'm like, I feel like it's everywhere, but it's not.
It is not because we don't see it. Like we only know what's affecting us. Like if you stay in Saginaw and I'm out here in Ann Arbor, you don't know what the hell going on in Ann Arbor. You know what the hell going on in Saginaw, and that's affecting you because it's in your neighborhood. But anything outside of that, you ain't really seeing it. Like it's shit going on. Coast been on fire for months. Motherfuckers don't even know about that shit.
Right.
Can anybody tell me if it's an oil well that's burning right now?
A oil well that's burning?
Yeah.
I don't know. You Google that.
Oh, you said oil well? Let me see. Nah.
So, and can anybody answer what's the average gas you paying in Michigan? Was it $2?
I would have to give it for how much it's been like spiking and going down. I would say it's like an average of like $2.15. Because you gotta take the average of like when you're not on the freeway, when it's close.
Well, yeah. When you're close to the freeway, you're gonna get hit in the ass.
Yeah, and then and then I'm not even gonna count the airport because the airport is like an extra like 20 or 30 cents, so we can forget that right there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
If you filling your stuff up at the airport, good luck.
Right.
But
well, I think it was Warren Buffett or somebody else that said something that they saying the airlines is doing horrible right now. Niggas that got stock in that probably losing.
Yeah,
they are right now. They are losing, and they were the first ones to get the bailout through Bush. I want to say Bush.
Yeah, but I think didn't they lay off all the workers?
But
from the airlines
before the COVID or after?
Let me see.
They got the bailout back in.
What I want to say is they had the bailout. It was either in Bush administration or it was in the Obama administration.
No, Bush. Obama was coming in after Bush.
You can nowadays, because of the COVID, motherfucker get a round trip flight from here to Vegas for about $100. You be like, damn.
Yeah.
Say that bitch drive on the highway though.
Hey, people been vacationing like a motherfucker since the Rona. I'm talking about folks is everywhere. They ain't never been able to go nowhere this cheap.
You see them with face masks though. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. So
well, you know how I feel about that, but
right.
They gotta do what they gotta do. Folks wearing face shields now. The hell with the mask, they just wearing the shield. But it is the thing about it is you got the face shield on with no mask and shit is airborne. You're breathing it in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
People not smart.
You might be able to protect your face from getting spit on, but you still breathing in the Rona. That lady
Rona
save a lot, and the lady had said so she had a face. Man, she had the face mask on, bro, and said, "Well, can you put your mask on?" I said, "Well, I thought you had on protection." She was like, "I do." I said, "So my face mask shouldn't mean anything." And she was like, "Well, you can still breathe it in." I said, "Well, then why you ain't wearing no mask?" She just looked at me like, y'all motherfucking sense is not common at all.
Man, you know what though? I'm finna cut this short for the simple fact, man, I got so much stuff to remember in the morning. I gotta do some research and stuff and learning and stuff. We got an inspection in the morning. It's with COVID and rock. So they mixing two things together. And I'm trying to be all I can be.
What is rock?
Rock is when you get an inspection with KFC. They come ashore making sure everything is fresh, making sure everything is hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Ashton.
He ain't finna do nothing but go chase that damn cat around the house.
Chill. I'm finna whoop the fuck. Yeah, but you know what though? It's all good though, man. It's been real. I'm gonna let this go. This one gonna be on your ass. Rick, chill out, man.
Just real quick, there have been big layoffs from the airlines. I know I know Southwest Airlines is one of them too. So they expecting more to be happening in the.
And those CEOs need to get with the big wigs and be like, "Look, give us our shit." But they already had a payout. Who wouldn't want to fly if it was cheaper? Only reason people didn't fly because it was fucking cost too damn much. Shit, yeah. But it's past the point of no return right now for the airlines. Shit, they should have made those deals for people. It's quality, not quantity. But with the airline, shit, you ain't gonna crash.
You know, somebody gonna buy them up anyway.
Exactly.
Most of them airlines is gonna get dissolved into whichever is the top major airlines.
Yeah, and then they got websites and stuff to diminish that. So the thing is, though, like, man, they could have made their money if they did it smarter before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because these airplanes are basically ventilated better than fucking hospitals, honestly.
But media tells us that nobody's seen the Rona coming.
Yeah, they seen it in October. They seen it a year ago.
Yeah, facts. And they knew this shit hit. Somebody had posted that shit on social media. It was in some newspaper, but the headline that everybody was talking about was Kobe's death, not the fact that there's a killer virus that just got released in fucking China and it's gonna spread across the whole world.
Exactly.
Niggas was concerned about how this helicopter managed to fall, and this nigga been flying a helicopter for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. And then they sent the pictures of the crash site and the pictures of Kobe and Gigi. Like, people was fucking sick.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. I can't. I don't want to grasp that. I'm sorry. Like, that's fucked up. Let somebody be great. Let a great be great.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was people that was knocking it and shit, but for the most part, especially in the Black community, because that was a hero to us, that hit us harder than anything. And then you gotta look at that shit. Not even a whole year later, they killing innocent Black men, and it's just back to the same shit again.
Hey, look, it's trending on Twitter that strippers lost their jobs during the pandemic, so they got creative, right?
Yeah.
Man,
I got a guest that I was waiting on, but I got to do it somewhere else though.
Fans only page.
No, I got to do it in a different location. Hey, Rick, I'm gonna be hitting you up in a second though, letting you know what the deal is with that though. Like, right? I mean, I can do it. It's just like I can't. And I'm being exclusive with my coverage and everything though. It's all professional.
Right. I mean, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I mean, and I hit you up with details. So, but this has been one for the books though. Seriously, the last one did some numbers. I'm very optimistic about this one. And I hope each and every single last one of y'all subscribe. And also, if y'all know anybody that's capable of being a guest, then they'd be even better.
Man, Ashton, I'll be trying, man.
I know, man. And shit, you do the damn thing. And Ashton, you too, man. I appreciate it.
Are you already know?
Love, peace, and hair grease, brothers.
Ain't nothing but soul. All right, y'all.
All right, I'll take it easy.
All right, now.
Yeah.